Ilight Singapore is Asia's leading sustainable light festival, returns for its 9th edition to illuminate Marina Bay. This year, the theme A New Wave is anchored on the color blue, a wavelength on the visible light spectrum that is omnipresent in nature's blue spaces. Here are the 14 highlights of the light installations. Enjoy! Inspired by both the beauty and fragility of glaciers, Glacier Dreams is the result of a groundbreaking, long-term research project involving machine learning, environmental studies, and multisensory media art. Visual materials collated from publicly available data and institutional archives, together with glacier images personally collected by Refik Anadol in Iceland, are processed through machine learning algorithms and transformed into artificial intelligence-based multisensory narratives. Encircling a sapling in his arms, Tree Man provides sanctuary for a young tree while carving out an inner sanctum for visitors. The act of nurturing and connecting with our environment is emphasized in these whimsical light sculptures. Emitting light with heads that are shaped like digital screens, the artwork invites reflection on humans' insatiable preoccupation with devices, which could be detrimental to our circadian rhythms. As one enters the arms of Tree Man, light switches across a spectrum of colors, and sparse melodies on top of a forest-inspired soundtrack are triggered, leaving one to wonder if we can ever find a balance between the digital and natural world. Blue energy is harnessed from the chemical potential of a salinity difference between the sea and river waters. Blumiwave is an interpretation of this renewable energy source. Seen from afar, sculptural waves appear to crash at varying heights and directions. Upon closer inspection, these are in fact made of a carefully weaved fabric of safety nets and scaffolding. Motion is an interactive stage set conceived as a playful counterpoint to the confinement brought about by lockdowns. At this installation, visitors are encouraged to bring color and music to a gray world through movement. SymphonyOne is a light-based architectural entity that inhabits space. Like a living being, its ethereal and translucent organic form populates any location. Masses of twisting vine-like structures emit an icy glow to fill the space before sprouting into sprigs of crystalline flowers. The sprawl of its existence is a comment on nature and our relationship with it, contradicting yet also enhancing the brutal denseness of urban spaces it finds itself in. The dynamic relationship between humans and the environment is explored in Block Party, where visitors can participate in collaborative placemaking through the playful medium of dance. This interactive feature is a reminder of the power we wield to shape our surroundings and make a difference to the world. Through light-hearted interactions, participants are called upon to take responsibility for the environment and a sustainable future. The Things Left Unsaid is a manifestation of the artist's unspoken thoughts and feelings about growing up in a time of seemingly never-ending doom. Repeatedly confronted by news of a gloomy future and an impending climate catastrophe, the artwork acts as a refuge from despair. Comprising weaved sheets made of upcycled plastic bags draped across the space, the artwork exudes a sense of both comfort and unease, much like the mysterious phenomenon of bioluminescent algal bloom that inspired it. Light Anemones is a versatile light sculpture that evolves with time and space. It seeks to portray the captivating world beyond the water surface, where the mysteries of the deep sea and the wonders of underwater creatures come to life. Résonances is an interactive installation that embodies the inexorable passage of time. It seeks to reveal the limit between present and past. As an arch of light appears in darkness, a temporal portal emerges. When visitors cross this threshold, their image will be projected onto the adjacent wall and seen deployed in time through the slit scan technique. In this visual metaphor, the past constantly takes over the present, and visitors will see their own image fade inexorably into the oblivion of white light. Step into a giant musical garden and be surrounded by an immersive jungle of light, color, and sound. At Trumpet Flowers, visitors get the opportunity to create a unique floral symphony using interactive keys that control the towering musical and light instruments. Inspired by gramophones, these supersized flowers burst to life occasionally with a specially commissioned musical score by Otis Studio, accompanied by some of Sydney's finest jazz musicians. Aquatics is an interactive animation depicting sea creatures swimming around and interacting with one another. It explores the emergence of life through abstract shapes and movement. Using a tablet, visitors can design their own creatures and add them to the underwater world. By witnessing the beauty of animal locomotion in its natural habitat, participants are reminded of the urgent need to preserve biodiversity and ecosystems. Bleached connotes the fate of marine ecosystems affected by climate change and human activities, simulating the experience of walking on a seabed. This artwork invites visitors to wander through an illuminated seascape adorned with seaweed and corals. These are either made from seaweed bioplastics developed by the artists themselves or upcycled from single-use plastics. What does one usually think about in the shower? Inspired by a belief that showers are perfect settings for self-contemplation, Show 3 is an invitation to unwind outdoors by soaking in its calming blue light, with the company of a composed soundscape and virtual water droplets. Prism is an immersive installation that harnesses both natural and artificial light to create an ever-changing interplay of colors and spatial perception. It is inspired by the power of pure forms. When combined with a purposeful use of light, such forms trigger a deeply emotional reaction. This artwork is made up of numerous truncated pyramids, with each having a dynamic and translucent colored surface that transforms from a natural light shaft in the day to a glowing beacon of interactive artificial lighting at night. The stereotomy of the artwork and its three-dimensional geometry invite visitors to experience the calming and healing world of chromotherapy. We hope you had a great time at ilight Singapore 2023. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Thanks for watching and see you next year.